In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to buy mutual funds on the CardinalStone platform. I'm using their app, which is called the CS Alpha, but you can also use the website as well. This video is not just about me buying mutual funds, but also just explaining what mutual funds are all over again and how you can buy it. Of course, you don't have to use CardinalStone alone. If you want to buy mutual funds from AfriInvest, you can use AfriInvest. If you want to buy from Chapel Hill, Dunham, which is the guys behind Invest Nigeria, you can use the Invest Nigeria app. If you want to buy on Cowrywise, Cowrywise is a sub broker for a lot of these guys. You can also use Cowrywise to buy. So what I am going to explain in this video basically applies to these other platforms, but for the sake of this video, we'll be using CardinalStone because there is a particular mutual fund I want to buy from CardinalStone. I'll also be explaining why I want to buy this mutual fund and everything. So for you to get started with all of this, you have to open an account with CardinalStone. If you already trade stocks with CardinalStone, then you don't really need to stress about opening an account. But if this is your first time hearing about CardinalStone, go to the website or download the app on Play Store, and set up an account. Your account might take a couple of days to be ready. By the way, it could take a couple of days. So if you sign up now and everything, it could take a few days for you to get notified that your account is ready. When your account is ready, CardinalStone will send you your CSCS and CHN number and all of that. During registration, they will ask for your BVN, your NIN, your house address. All of that is okay. It's valid. It's not a crime to provide them. It's completely fine. And CardinalStone is one of the known, brokers in Nigeria that is quite heavy and popular and everything. Without further explanation, I'm going to go ahead and start. So I'm assuming you already have an account with CardinalStone. You want to come to invest. Here you can see you can invest in Nigerian stocks, fixed income, mutual fund, treasury bills, bonds as well, commercial papers. If I go to bonds, it should actually be able to show me, it's asking me to credit my account first. And then it says the minimum amount is 50 million naira. So the bonds are not specified, surprisingly, but if you want to buy bonds like FGN savings bond, you can find that on Invest Nigeria. You can find that on AfriInvest. I bought FGN savings bond with ₦1 million through AfriInvest, so you can use that as well. Now we're going to mutual funds. So I'll click on mutual fund. Mutual funds are basically when people pool money together into one fund, and then the asset manager takes that money to invest it in different things. Again, it's people pulling money together, and then the money is managed by an asset manager who takes everybody's money and invests it in different things. So as you can see here on my screen, it says welcome to CardinalStone Asset Management, because the asset manager in this case, the person collecting the money from us and investing it in different things, is CardinalStone. So I'm going to click on continue. You can see some information here. Then I acknowledge this and then get started. So here it will open the mutual funds they have. As you can see, they have the CS Fixed Income Alpha Fund. If you click on it, you learn more about it and the historical performance. You see the CS Equity Fund, CS Money Market Fund, CS Balanced Portfolio. Now there are three types of mutual funds: the balanced one, the conservative one, and the risky one. So that is why you are seeing some of these things here. The balanced fund is basically, again, a balanced fund, right? The CS Money Market Fund, this one, if you invest in it, they will take your money and invest it in things like treasury bills, savings, other basically fixed income savings as well. And then they have this CS Income Alpha Fund. If you click on it, it basically explains itself for that. But as you can see, the risk is low. So you can see the risk is low. When you come to balanced, the risk is medium. And when you come to this CS Equity Fund, and that is why I'm making this video, this CS Equity Fund, the risk is high. Why is the risk high? Because every time you think of an equity fund, what you should think of is stocks. Equity is basically an ownership in a company. An equity fund is a mutual fund that contains stocks mostly. They can take maybe 10% of your money to invest in other things, but it mostly contains equity, stocks, if it is called an equity fund. So it's very risky because, as you know, stocks are very, can be very volatile. They go up and down and everything. But this is the one I want to invest in because I've seen the return from last year and the year before, and it's not bad, right? Year to date, YTD, the return has been 31%. We're in March right now. They're basically saying that between January and March this year, this equity fund has already returned 31% profit, which is good. But again, the risk is really high. This 31% you see here can even go down tomorrow. But let's pause for a second and answer one question. Why do people invest in mutual funds? Because they can't be buying or investing in these things themselves. They give the money to an asset manager through mutual funds to handle the investment. So what is happening in this case is I am about to put my money in this thing. I'm basically telling CardinalStone, hey guys, take this money and go ahead and invest it in different stocks on my behalf. That is what an equity fund is. So I am here now. I'm going to toggle historical performance. As you can see, it's been going up historically. If you hover your hand on it, you see what year it reached a particular level. Again, it's high risk. This is the detail about the mutual fund. This fund seeks to deliver real returns and yada 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 and everything. The minimum investment you can invest is 10,000 naira, subject to availability, blah blah blah. Some investments, the minimum investment you can invest for maybe bonds and commercial papers is like 5 million naira, right? 50 million naira, etc. But there are some platforms too that are now allowing you buy these things fractionally. Sycamore, for example, Sycamore lets you buy commercial papers with small money. So things are changing. For this CS equity fund though, it's just 10,000 naira. That's the minimum. 10k, 20k, you're good to go. Then investment category, let's click on that, is equities. Again, mostly stocks. Minimum holding period. All the mutual funds you find out there have a minimum holding period or they are open-ended. One with a minimum holding period means you have to hold the money for at least 90 calendar days after buying before you can withdraw your money. If you try to withdraw your money before the 90 calendar days, they might penalize you. So keep that in mind. Redemption. It says holders may redeem part or all units they hold, provided all conditions are met. What are these conditions? Again, you have to hold for 90 days first and all of that. Redemption will be paid out within 5 days after receipt of redemption notice. So early and premature redemption charge, they are going to also explain it here. Basically the penalty fee if you try to withdraw early. The target investors stated. I can't go through all of this because again of the time of this video. Fund strategy also explained. The parties involved, the custodian is Zenith Bank, the trustee is Leadway Trustees Limited. You see all of this information here. Risk profile very high because stocks are very risky generally. Tax consideration nil. It says annual total expense ratio of each scheme for the blah blah blah, in ascending order. Annual expense ratio. The expense ratio is the small money they will take from you as a charge or processing fee when you are doing all of this. So it's just 1.79% for 2025 for your investment. Now, year-on-year comparison, this is how it has yielded or how it has done in the last 2 years. 2024, it returned 24%. And then 2025, it returned 55%, which I think is really good. Rights of the unit holders of each scheme, you can see the rights here. Then there's the distribution as well. For this one, I think this is where dividends are also stated. again, because of our time, I can't go through all of this. Then if you need to download the prospectus and the trustee, you can, download them and read them here. What is the trustee? A trust deed is basically a legal agreement, that creates the mutual fund. So between the fund manager and the people who protect the investors' interest and all of that. Then your prospectus is a document given to investors before they invest. So it contains everything you need to know to decide whether you should buy a mutual fund or not, the investment objective, the risk level. That is what a prospectus is. So always download it and read it before anything. If I click on it now, it will open on my browser. It's like a PDF, a lot of information. So always download it. So what I want to do now is click on invest now. Investment amount, for the sake of this class, I'll do 100,000 naira. Payment, I will use Paystack because I don't have any money in my wallet. Payment channel, transfer. Let's see if we can do bank transfer. Now it says, what do I want to do with my dividend? Dividend is basically thank you money. Once in a while, you can get a dividend from a stock or from a mutual fund. What do I want to do with it? Do I want to reinvest it, or do I want to get the money as cash? I want to reinvest it because it's just 100k. How much dividend would that give me? So I'm going to click on reinvest and I'm going to click on proceed. So it gives me a breakdown here, how many units it is, how much it is, my method of payment, net asset value, all of that is summarized here, and I'm going to click on proceed to payment. So here it's supposed to pretty much proceed with payment, but I don't know why it's saying unauthorized. So we're going to go all the way back, and if you're getting this kind of an error and your account, your account is good to go, what you can do is go ahead and fund your wallet. It's pretty much with like all investing. Make sure you transfer money to your wallet first, because if you transfer money to your wallet, it will just be easier for you to go ahead and get that mutual fund. So what we are funding in this case is our CardinalStone wallet. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to click on add funds. It says error loading. I've encountered something like this before. Still saying error loading. Still not loading. So what do I do in a situation like this? Well, what I would do is go on the website instead. Obviously, go on the website instead and do the whole transfer funding thing on the website. And once I have that done on the website, it's going to reflect here, then I can continue with the transaction. So I finally transferred. I transferred 120k through the website. Like, it's just smoother on the website. The app needs a lot of work still, but I transferred 120k, and then I had to come here, close the app completely and reopen it. So now it should reflect when we go to the CS equity fund. We go to invest now. See, the 120k is reflecting. Investment amount, let's do 100,000, and yeah, select wallet, because obviously we have 120k in our wallet. Then click on proceed, the usual summary, and then let's see. Now it's subscribing or processing, and transfer successful. That's what it said. It said transfer successful. That's funny. Should be transaction successful, but anyway. So let's go to high risk. It should be there. This is the one we bought. Actually, if we go to reports, we have some information there. Cumulative total returns is 98. Of course, there's like a small tiny percentage missing. but this is fine. So it's reflecting already. Actually, it's reflecting. So I am going to hold this like this for the next 1, 2, 3 years. I might even buy more in the future. Mutual funds are not like get rich quick scheme. Just because it's also doing well now year to date does not mean it's going to do well forever. So mutual funds can be risky as well, especially the high risk ones. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for your time. If you have questions, thoughts, concerns, you can always ask me. As you can see, there's some breakdown here. There's a low risk investment, there's the medium risk, and then the high risk. So the medium risk is the ones we saw earlier, like the balanced fund and and the money market fund. So I hope this video has explained what mutual funds are and everything. If you have questions, thoughts, concerns, let me know in the comments here. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.